How's it going, everyone? In this video, I want to cover a bunch of free game topics in regards to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 titles. New free-to-play title just dropped on PlayStation 5, kind of out of nowhere. Surprise launch as far as this one's concerned. Another long-awaited free-to-play title is now available on PlayStation 4 and 5 finally. Anticipated free-to-play game in Arc Raiders gets a little bit of a shift, and we'll talk about that. Speaking of free-to-play, a game that was around will no longer be supported in terms of updates and whatnot. It has halted development. We'll talk about that at the end of this video. But first of all, Pool Blitz is now available on the PlayStation Store. Play pool or battle with friends for free in Pool Blitz. 3 modes, 1 game, the only online pool game you'll ever need. Fancy 8-ball or 9-ball, a traditional mode with epic cues, or be the last player standing in Pool Blitz battle to take home the win. Every ball you sink goes to your opponent's table. Pocket blockers, chemical attack, and more. Find it all in Pool Blitz. The world is ready for a truly unique pool game. Challenge your friends, enter pool tournaments, and go head-to-head against other players in real time. Shoot pool with ultra-realistic physics, breathtaking graphics, and have more fun than you've ever had in real life. I don't know if that's a little bit of a stretch, but nonetheless, Pool Blitz has something for every pool fan. Choose 8-ball or 9-ball for an authentic pool experience, or Blitz mode for a fast-paced pool battleground. Pick your mode. Download Pool Blitz for free today and enjoy a unique concept with super easy controls and fun and intuitive gameplay. Ultimate 8-ball and 9-ball pool. Show off your 8-ball and 9-ball pool skills in 1v1 matches or enter tournaments to wipe out your opponents and move up the leaderboard. It's 8-ball just the way you've always wanted to play. Choose up to 7 friends to play against in Pool Blitz tournaments. Heckle your friends as you spectate each other's games live in real-time 3D pool games. Play on unique Pool Blitz tables against other players around the world. Awesome 3D graphics are noted as well. Pool Blitz uses solid pool physics, which means you can smash your opponents with killer skill shots as well. Collect and upgrade cues, balls, and player avatar mass. Banter with your opponents using chat and emojis at the end of each pool game. Pool Blitz is available again on PlayStation 5 right now. Also available right now, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, Track Mania has finally dropped on consoles. It's been on PC for quite a while, but welcome to the club. Grab the wheel and play for free now. Race solo or with your friends. Experience the thrills of racing and unlock medals, trophies, and prestige skins. Test your skills in the intense versus style rank mode and race your way to the top of the leaderboards. Dodge moving obstacles and drive without brakes or underwater in the Royal mode. Our take on Racing Battle Royale, where 60 players face off for victory. Cross-play and cross-platform progression are available, so you can join your friends wherever they play and dive into ever-evolving content. Enjoy new official campaigns every 3 months with seasonal releases. Compete daily on the Track of the Day and Cup of the Day with brand new tracks made by players and curated by the developers, and join and manage community club activities and access car skin, online rooms, competitions, and more. And then again, you can create unique maps with endless possibilities thanks to the track editor. Trackmania available now on PS4 and PS5. Alright, so those two, Pool Blitz, Trackmania available now if you want some free titles to play on PS4 and 5. Pool Blitz only on PS5. You can check those out right now. Next up, an upcoming PlayStation 5 free-to-play title in Arc Raiders. The genre has been changed from a cooperative shooter to a PvPvE extraction shooter. Arc Raiders has changed genres from cooperative third-person shooter to player versus environment survival extraction shooter, coming from developer Embark Studios. They noted in a blog post, last spring we made the decision to move the release of Arc Raiders in order to focus on the releasing of the finals, another free-to-play title that is a team-based first-person shooter. That's their first game. At that time, we also said we were giving the Arc Raiders team time to add player versus player to the existing foundation of the game. Since then, over the course of development, Arc Raiders has taken the shape of what we believe to be a truly promising player versus environment survival extraction shooter, a game that stays true to the Arc Raiders universe, and we're having a blast testing it internally. Arc Raiders has been announced for a while, and it's only coming to PlayStation 5, no PlayStation 4 release on that. I have to say, from a visual standpoint, looks very good. Incredibly colorful game as well. Currently, it's noted to be a free-to-play third-person PvPvE extraction shooter set in a lethal future Earth ravaged by a mechanized threat known as Arc. You're a raider earning your keep and in the struggling colony of Speranza, fighting for the survival against Arc and other raiders that are standing in your way. The place isn't safe and hasn't been for a long time. About a decade ago, a mysterious mechanized threat appeared here. They are known as the Ark. People have fled to the underground colony of Speranza, seeking supplies to survive and shelter from the machines. Demand for resources is at an all-time high, but getting those resources is a risky job, and it isn't for everyone. That's where you come in, and you've enlisted as a raider, scavenging for vital supplies that are scattered across the landscape. Everything from leftovers from yesterday's run-in with Ark to the unlikely remains of a pinball machine out there. The stakes are high, and you'll have to fight for your loot. Lethal Ark machines roam the surface, and there are no rules, so beware of other raiders. Ark Raiders doesn't have a specific release date yet, but it is scheduled for some time in 2023, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. We'll see if they ultimately hit that release window again. The game has just shifted into a new playstyle, so we'll see how Ark Raiders ultimately turns out. Remember, the finals is scheduled to drop first, and that isn't available yet, so the finals has to release, and then ultimately we should see the release of Ark Raiders sometime down the line. Lastly, those are some new free-to-play titles hitting PlayStation 4 and 5. Trackmania Pool Blitz available now. Ark Raiders coming sometime, hopefully in 2023. Vampires the Masquerade Bloodhunt was one of the more notable free-to-play releases in 2022. Unfortunately, that game will be halting game updates. The servers will still be live, but they did note in a blog post the future of Bloodhunt. Hello, Bloodhunt community. Bloodhunt is a game that we developed as a standout title in the popular battle royale genre, where we focused on creating an immersive and unique experience for players that enjoy games that are easy to learn but difficult to master. Ever since launch, we have been on a journey to excite and delight our players. However, while we have an amazing and very engaged community, we haven't been able to reach the critical mass needed to sustain development. This has led us to the decision to stop further development of Bloodhunt. With that said, Bloodhunt servers will stay up and the game will remain available to play. Our aim is to keep the servers going as long as we have an active player base and community. For those who enjoy the game and want to continue playing, we have worked on some solutions to ensure the game continues to be interesting. An in-game player voting system will be deployed to regularly unlock new things and keep Bloodhunt fresh. We will share more granular details about how the system works when we get closer to releasing our next update, which, as noted in the blog post, will be the final planned patch for Bloodhunt. Beyond that update, patches will only be related to maintenance of the game. We are also looking at turning off real currency purchasing on September 26th. Before this happens, we will implement a way to earn in-game tokens more easily so players can continue to play and unlock cosmetics beyond this date. While we are as sad as you are that Bloodhunt development has now come to an end, please know that this was a difficult decision to make, and we take this experience with us in the development of coming games. We hope you'll have many enjoyable experiences in Bloodhunt, and we look forward to seeing you on the streets of Prague. Now this, again, whenever I talk about free-to-play games, this is just a reality that you're gonna have to face, especially a battle royale game that lives and dies by a long-lasting, consistent player base, and they're gonna keep the game going as long as they can in terms of the servers being live, but in terms of new updates, new content rollouts, that is coming to an end. I remember when Bloodhunt was coming out, there was a sizable amount of interest surrounding this game. Maybe it was the idea of the vampire label around it, I don't know, but there was definitely interest surrounding the game, and that is going to be the case with every free-to-play and live service release. At least most of those games, they're gonna have an initial buzz of interest. At least you would hope. You kind of need that initial buzz of interest, and then ultimately, that's not even guaranteeing you success. That is guaranteeing you a build-off point where you need to build off that point and then hopefully sustain as many people as possible. This doesn't have to be a 50% retention rate. 50% retention is a staggeringly high number, and that's why when you see sometimes like articles like, oh, X game has lost 80% of their audience in 1 month or whatever, you can't really take that with that much seriousness, because what is that lasting 20%? Is it a consistent amount of players that are going to be sustained into the experience? And then is that a number that you can keep that experience rolling? That's what you need more than anything. Look, it's nice if a game peaks at, I don't know, 200,000 concurrent players. We saw that with Halo Infinite. That game, when it initially dropped, it had the Halo label on it. It had a significant amount of players playing it right out the gate. Free-to-play multiplayer game. A lot of people were checking it out, but how much of that is going to be sustainable? Some of it has been, but it fell off pretty hard. Then that game's lacking content, and ultimately, you see what it is for now. It's still getting content updates. It's a Halo game at the end of the day. There's gonna be people into it, but it's not what I think a lot of us expected Halo Infinite to be, and I was super into that game initially. And the thing with Bloodhunt, it's not gonna have the backing that a Halo Infinite has. So unfortunate that this game is ending content updates. One more patch to round things out, but it is what it is. But that is gonna do it for me. Again, Pool Blitz and Trackmania available for free. Trackmania on PS4 and PS5, Pool Blitz on PlayStation 5, so check that out. Ark Raiders, the design of that game has shifted a little bit, going from a cooperative third-person shooter to a PvPvE survival extraction shooter. We'll see how that game ultimately turns out after the release of the finals, and hopefully the game does drop in 2023. And unfortunately for the future of Bloodhunt, that game will be stopping support, but the servers will remain live, so if you do want to play it, there will be opportunities to play it. We'll see how long that ultimately lasts. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.